All right, welcome back to Just Car Guys, the show where me and my dad talk about the latest and greatest car news and car stories from the last week.
You may or may not know this, but I haven't seen any of what Anthony's prepared to share with us today, so looking forward to seeing what he's got to share.
All right, starting off here, we have an interesting upcoming reveal from a company you actually might not have heard from for a while. The Fisker Ocean SUV is slated to be revealed at the Los Angeles Auto Show in November, with production starting in 2022. The EV startup promises the vehicle will have a range of 300 miles and a starting price of $37,499.
Good for them.
If they can pull off that price with that range, and it looks like this, that's pretty solid.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Fisker's design has always been pretty good.
Oh yeah.
When they first launched, it was great. Didn't they go away for a little while and then they
had some issues.
Back and,
I'm not sure what with, but yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. So with that, the company stated they have 17,300 paid reservations so far, with an additional 62,000 interested customers and multiple fleet orders from companies, which awesome. I mean, I'm excited to see Fisker actually potentially doing well.
The same here, and I think they should. It could be promising for them, right?
Oh yeah,
because they've been in the game longer than many, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they've stubbed their toe along the way, and hopefully it takes off for them.
Oh,
That's
I agree,
great.
100%.
I mean, the SUV market is huge, so for them to tap into that would be great. And it actually looks a little more like an SUV than maybe one of the other SUVs that's out there.
So with that, they also plan to open 6 Fisker brand experience centers. The first one's open in Los Angeles and Munich in early 2022, with the rest of them scheduled to open in the second half of the year. So they're taking kind of like the Tesla approach of having like retail locations that you can come experience the vehicles and then place orders and stuff like that. Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So next we have a very interesting story stemming from the current used car market. As you know, many cars are up that maybe shouldn't be. Somebody has listed their 2021 Ford Bronco First Edition on eBay for, can you guess it?
No,
$150,000. So let's get this out of the way first. No way this thing's gonna sell. That's impossible.
Well, I would hope not.
The eBay listing did get canceled.
Yeah.
But still, so the Bronco First Edition is limited to just 7,000 units, which are completely sold out. So it does make it a little bit rare, and they're completely fully loaded with all the top packages and options. But brand new, it's nowhere near that price, so there's no chance. Because especially with a mass market car like this, you could wait a year and get your hands on one for cheaper.
One come out.
Yeah, exactly. So now is an interesting one. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. So I don't think we've seen manufacturers fighting for a little bit, but GM is suing Ford over the use of the Blue Cruise name, which is for their self-driving technology. GM is accusing Ford of trademark infringement and unfair competition over the name, which is very similar to GM's Super Cruise. So Ford has their Blue Cruise, GM has their Super Cruise. GM's had theirs for a lot longer, but it's kind of, I'm not sure they have the grounds for it. Ford responded to this by saying, "Cruise is a common automotive term, and it's like GM trying to own the term hybrid."
Right. Yeah. That's fair. I guess the course will decide, but
it's gonna be interesting.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Either way.
So either way,
or
good press,
cruise control. Everybody has cruise control.
Yeah. Good press and bad press is still press, right? Yeah. So even if they nudge on Ford about using that terminology, now it's in the news. Now you're talking about it. Now other people are talking about it.
Which might have been the goal in the first place.
Yeah, and now people know about, unfortunately they know about Blue Cruise too, right? So they're helping their competition get a little recognition through the media as well, but whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, you'll have to fill us in on whether.
We'll have to see where that even goes.
Yep.
So now Toyota has given us more detail about the 2022 Toyota Tundra.
Oh, I want to see that.
Now, they haven't necessarily given us any more news or facts about the Tundra and its specs, but they have given us more images showing what the finalized model will look like on the inside and outside. Okay. So with that, the first photo here, we can see a rather large center screen showing Apple CarPlay and a pretty decent side. The hood looks like it could be pretty cool. The next is a second shot. We get a view of the TRD Pro's red interior with embroidered seats, a look at the many off-road modes, which one of them is called Crawl, which is basically an off-road cruise control system. Pretty sweet. As well as a wireless charging dock. And can I just say, those seats look fantastic.
That looks pretty good.
It looks really good.
Yep.
Then the third is another shot from the interior in what is believed to be the TRD Pro, but this features the fantastic panoramic roof, as well as you look all the way in the back, they have a roll down rear window like the old 4Runners used to have, which I think that's the coolest feature. There's just something so cool about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that have the roll down rear window, for pass through on like campers and things like that. But it is cool. I'm glad they're keeping it.
Up next here is some more information about Ford's Ion Park. A couple months ago, Ford announced that they are creating their Ion Park facility, which they plan to spend $185 million creating. And the goal of this facility is to make their own manufacturing for lithium-ion and solid-state battery packs for EVs. With that, another one of their goals is to research ways to make electric vehicle batteries cheaper, develop them faster, and improve the entire process from the mining to the recycling of the batteries, which is good because that's another problem we've pointed out here with electric is that we're just going to have all these toxic boxes in like 10 years from vehicles that the battery's dead.
Proper disposal is going to be really important, but also hopefully again they're working on ways to be able to swap out the existing ones because there's a lot of cars on the road that are very old right now.
Oh yeah,
and people love them. They appreciate them for what they are, and in order to keep these things on the road in the future and have enthusiasts that love their individual vehicle, keep it on the road, they're going to need to be able to swap that battery out and do it efficiently. It can't cost tens of thousands of dollars to do, right? So good for them. It's only smart to try and figure out cheaper ways to do it and do it themselves. And
next, this is cool, and I'm pretty excited. So Subaru has released a teaser for the 2022 WRX, but they didn't give us much to work with.
Come on, man.
So this is a clip from a video. So the 2022 WRX will debut on August 19th at the New York Auto Show, which I just remembered means we're really inching up on the 400Z reveal, or not 400, whatever they end up calling it. But I'm excited for that. That'll be sick. So
is this the STI or just the WRX?
WRX, the platform for 2022.
Gotcha.
So the teaser video showed the teaser video Subaru released features the new model kicking up some serious steps. So it's like doing donuts in the desert and stuff like that. And the video has some revealing shots showing the back wheels, dual exhaust tips, and rear diffusers you can see there, as well as a little bit of like a front clip, but you can't really make anything out with all the dust around. Unfortunately, this is all that we have for the new Subaru WRX, but I'm excited to see this thing come to life. It's one of the great enthusiast cars. I think they're awesome. I love them.
They're very cool.
They're so cool. Which one are you more excited to see though? The 400Z or the WRX?
If I'm honest, the 400Z.
Me too.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
WRX,
awesome.
Quite frankly, we already know it's probably going to be pretty good.
Oh right? Yeah, like, they've been
good
for
a while.
And
even the renovations they've done have been promising, and they've kept up, and they've done nice, tasteful updates. Yeah. Right? So but the new Z,
dude, there's just something about it.
That's going to be cool.
It's going to be awesome. So now, this is pretty insane. So McLaren has revealed the crazy hardtop convertible 765 LT Spider. Look at that. Like
the 765 LT Spider.
Man, that thing's insane. So this has a twin turbo 4-liter V8 pushing 755 horsepower, a claimed 0 to 60 time of 2.7 seconds, and a carbon fiber roof that can be raised or lowered in 11 seconds.
Look at that thing. That's
awesome.
It's stunning.
It's really so cool. So the Spider does have a power rear window as well, which can be lowered even with the roof up. So like the Toyota Tundra there. And the model,
they have those. A lot of times it helps with buffeting and stuff when you have the top off. But
are you ready for the rear? It's pretty sick.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Quad tips.
Tips coming out towards the top there. That's awesome.
So cool. This model is limited to just 765 units, but for all that fun, prices start at, can you guess it?
765,000?
No. 388,000.
That's funny.
Which is I mean, for that kind of performance, I'm looking at like a Turbo S for like half the price. Just saying.
That's a lot of money.
Just saying.
But the
Turbo S doesn't look like that too either.
The Turbo S,
look at that.
although the new Turbo S's are definitely
but it ain't
looking
that.
pretty good. No, that's much more exotic.
But it also
the Turbo
won't
S
have electrical issues.
Yeah, it's gonna run. not saying it. Look, the McLarens come a long way. They still have a ways to go, but they've come a long way, and that thing's gonna be incredible.
Oh, it's awesome.
I wonder what it's gonna sound like.
Fantastic.
You think?
So
I'm not the biggest fan of how the McLarens sound, really.
I like them.
They're decent, but I think the turbo kind of just drowns it out a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
But those are cool.
As you know, the Bentley Bentayga is a super luxurious vehicle that demands a premium, but now it becomes even more special with the option to have 22-inch carbon fiber wheels that took them 5 years to engineer. So these are the biggest carbon fiber wheels out there at the moment, as far as my research has shown. With that, these wheels not only save 53 pounds, a whopping performance increase, but Bentley says the material makes the Bentley Bentayga more nimble, reduces tire wear, and prevents rapid tire deflation in the event of a severe impact. Because apparently in an impact, what's going to happen is instead of cracking, the rim is going to more it's not going to
deflect.
snap.
It'll deflect and come back. And
exactly. With that, there's no information no information out there on how much these are going to cost, but pretty cool. I love carbon fiber. There's just something about carbon fiber wheels that's so cool.
That's interesting. I bet a set of 4 carbon fiber Bentley wheels will be about as much as a Ford Lightning.
Probably. Like at $30,000 or something like that per set of wheels. Sounds about right. So, as you know by now, the Tesla Model S now features a yoke-style steering wheel, and Elon Musk says it's here to stay. This has been met with quite the controversy, as many people are doubting the wheel's functionality as well as safety. So, many have reached out to the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, and they have given a statement saying that it's up to the manufacturer to make sure their products are safe and meet regulations. So, as long as the risk of injury is not increased, then the steering yoke is fine to be used, and there are actually no specific rules or regulations regarding the use of only circular steering wheels, which is interesting. They have no really set of rules on the shape that a steering wheel can be. That's
interesting. There's a lot of people that have gone to like the flat bottom and things like that, but what do you think about that?
I want to try it. So I've heard it's like driving a manual car all day long and then getting an automatic. It's weird. And it doesn't feel right at first, but you get used to it and you're just driving the car.
So here's a couple of things that I'm thinking of just right away. For me personally, and everybody's different, but for me personally, I tend to have control of the steering wheel in 2 different ways. One is right on top.
Yeah.
And then the other is about like 10 and 2.
Yeah.
And that's 9 and 3. Right? So
that would be kind of weird.
So could you get used to it? Yeah, but especially on long drives and things like that, I tend to move around a little bit, but so
you could put your hand in the bottom. Like if the car fits it right and your arm's at the right angle.
I'm just saying it's still different, and I've done that especially for long drives. You move all around because you need like you want to stretch your arm, you want to do a lift
on top of the yoke.
I don't know. It just seems. Of course, if you're on a long drive in this thing, you just have it drive for you anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess you don't need to touch the steering wheel, so the steering wheel is not as important eventually. But I don't know.
I would like to try it.
Yeah,
I think it'd be interesting. We have some potential news that is guaranteed to upset you as well as it has upset me a little bit. As we know, GM plans to have 30 new electric vehicles by 2025, and according to some rumors, the Chevy Camaro may be discontinued and replaced by an electric performance sedan. Moment of silence.
Wah, wah.
There, of course, isn't much information at all supporting this except a silhouette GM released of one of their future EVs. At one of their events, they had revealed a ton of silhouettes, and this one is obviously the most similar to the Camaro. With that, they also, of course, many have reached out to Chevrolet to get comment, but their spokesperson has denied any sort of change.
At least it's not a Camaro SUV.
Yeah, we have.
I think it's okay to have an electric version of a sports car out there.
I'm hoping replacement.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, is that it's maybe it comes under a different name, or it's an offering that's similar to what they do today, right? You can have a V6, you can have a V8, you can have a hybrid, right? Like, so but, it would be cool if maybe that's how it works.
Next, speaking of electricity, Volvo is adding more electricity to their lineup. So the 2022 Volvo XC60, S60, S90, and V90 XC are getting new 48-volt hybrid powertrains called B5 and B6. All models will still be using a 2-liter inline-4 engine, coming with either a turbocharger or a turbocharger and a supercharger, which is cool. I didn't know Volvo did that, but apparently they do, and that's just awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the goal behind this, of course, is to increase fuel efficiency, bumping up the rated MPG by actually a pretty decent amount. Can I just say, that's beautiful.
It's a great looking profile.
So next here is a sneak peek at the Mercedes-Benz EQE ahead of its official reveal at the Munich Auto Show in September. This will sit beneath the EQS in the Mercedes lineup and is effectively an E-Class spec electric sedan. So with that, the EQE gets a similar design shape, as you can see here, being very sleek according to the silhouette, and the interior shows the Mercedes treatment with ambient lighting, a full digital dash, and a very large infotainment screen, which, can I say, is beautifully integrated into that dash.
Somebody brought their degree with them, and they designed it to be part of the car instead of an afterthought. That's good.
Can I just say also, I like the little ring on the air conditioning vents.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's just kind of cool.
They did a great job with the mood lighting.
Their
and all that
interiors
stuff.
are beautiful.
It's pretty nice. It looks like I'm getting visions of a bug, right? Where it could be coming or going, and you don't. It could be coming or going, and you don't know which, right? Because the front's the same as the back. It sort of looks like that. I don't know. I'll be interested to see what it looks like in real life.
I want more to follow what Audi did with that A6.
Yeah,
that was a good electric car. That looked good. So at the show, Mercedes will also showcase their first AMG EV. This will most likely be based on the EQS sedan, as this is currently their only other EV sedan, and they're revealing this one at the same time. Mercedes will also reveal an EV concept coming from Mercedes Maybach, and this is the teaser images they released a couple weeks ago. It'll most likely be based off the EQS SUV that we saw earlier.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool. I mean, pretty interesting.
I kind of like what they did with the two-tone, like that's a good teaser. I want to see more, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Like, I'm intrigued.
So, yeah.
That's it for today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at AnthonyCIFAL. And with that, you have an excellent rest of your week.
Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace out.